Everyone misunderstood Darwin. He wasn't just explaining the origin of species. He was also describing humanity's place in nature. Unfortunately, over time, his ideas were distorted, oversimplified, or completely misunderstood. Today, when we hear evolution, many still ask, did humans come from monkeys? A shallow question. But evolution is much more comprehensive, deeper, and more beautiful than that. What is evolution? Evolution explains the changes life undergoes over time. These changes are not random, nor are they predetermined by a plan. Instead, evolution is a process shaped by natural selection under environmental pressures. Organisms change, adapt, and pass these changes to the next generation. Evolution is the scientific language of change. Metaskitap.com. Darwin's contribution. Darwin's most significant contribution was proposing a mechanism to explain this change: natural selection. Every individual is born with slight differences. Some of these differences make survival and reproduction easier. These advantageous traits spread over time, while others disappear. This isn't a race. It's a matter of adaptation. Organisms survive by adapting to their environment. This is the essence of evolution. Evolution is a gradual process. Evolution doesn't happen overnight. It's a gradual process of small changes accumulating over hundreds of thousands, even millions of years. Today, it's a process so slow we can't see it with our eyes. But when we look at the traces of the past, we see its impressive results. Fossils, DNA analyses, comparative anatomy, and biochemistry, all are filled with evidence of this process. Evolution is observable today. Thinking of evolution only as a historical process is misleading. We can observe evolution today. Bacteria developing resistance to antibiotics and viruses mutating to form new variants are modern examples of evolution. In fact, in laboratory settings, we can directly observe this change in organisms with short generation times. Evolution is not an abstract idea. It's an observable reality. Genetics and evolution. In Darwin's time, genetics was unknown. But today, we know that genetic mutations are the basis of evolutionary changes. Mutations in genes create the fundamental differences in this process. Natural selection is the system that filters these mutations. Beneficial ones persist. Harmful ones are eliminated. In this way, species change, diversify, and evolve over time. Humans in evolution. Humans are part of this process. We are not at the center of nature. We are somewhere within it. Evolution doesn't elevate or diminish humans. It simply places us. We are beings that emerged from stardust, elements, and a process lasting billions of years. Our bodies, our cells, even our way of thinking carry the traces of our evolutionary past. Evolution as a philosophical revolution. At this point, evolution becomes not just a biological theory but also a philosophical revolution. Evolution doesn't just answer the how question, it also provides clues to the why. Our moral judgments, social behaviors, and even our culture may have evolutionary roots. This perspective offers a framework that reconnects humans with nature, rather than separating us from it. Evolution is the key to understanding humanity. The evolution of consciousness. What about consciousness? Our mental activities, our ability to think, create art. How did these emerge through evolution? Consciousness evolved as a natural result of complex neural networks, social cooperation, and language development. The human brain is an extraordinary organ that developed in response to selection pressures to survive in nature. But this organ became complex enough to question and understand itself. The evolution of consciousness is one of biology's most astonishing achievements. Evolution and free will. Evolution also prompts us to question the concept of freedom. If our behaviors are influenced by our evolutionary past, does free will truly exist? This question enters the realm of philosophy, but science provides a solid foundation for this discussion. Understanding evolution means understanding not just nature but human nature as well. Misunderstanding evolution. However, evolution is still misunderstood by many. One fundamental reason is the inadequacy of the education system. Evolution is often either not taught at all or presented in a superficial manner. Additionally, some groups view evolution as an ideological threat and attempt to clash scientific theory with belief. But science doesn't fight belief. It simply seeks to understand nature as it is. Rejecting evolution is like rejecting gravity. It's ignoring a robust theory that explains what's happening in nature. Applied evolution. Evolution is also an applied science. It's used in medicine, agriculture, artificial intelligence, and environmental policies. Cancer cells developing resistance to drugs can be understood through evolutionary biology. Drought-resistant plant species are produced through evolutionary genetics. Evolutionary algorithms in artificial intelligence allow machines to improve their performance autonomously. Evolution is a powerful scientific framework that explains not just the past, but also the present and future. Cultural evolution. Moreover, cultural evolution is gaining more attention. Information, behavioral patterns, technologies like genetic traits are transmitted within societies, changing, being selected, or disappearing. The historical transformations of human communities become much clearer when examined from the perspective of cultural evolution. Darwin's legacy. All of this shows us one thing. Darwin didn't just make a scientific discovery. He also fundamentally changed humanity's view of itself, nature, and the universe. Misunderstanding Darwin and treating evolution as a slogan or a simple debate topic means missing this great scientific and philosophical revolution. Evolution as a story of life. Evolution is a story of life. This story is one of change, adaptation, selection, and continuity. In this story, there are coincidences, necessities, complexities, but also a remarkable simplicity. And in this story, we are also present. We humans, with every breath we take, with every cell division, are part of this grand narrative. Join the journey. If this narrative resonates with you and you'd like to continue exploring science together, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Share anything you're curious about or wish to contribute in the comments. Because knowledge grows when shared. Because science grows not just in laboratories but among people. Knowledge is contagious.